Right, so the big fight between KSI and Logan Paul is just 2 days away. After all of the talk about Greg Paul fighting KSI, after all the Twitter arguments, after Deji's 50 videos calling Jake Paul a P-word, after the LA press conference, the London press conference, the face-to-face videos, the diss tracks, after everything, it all comes down to this Saturday, which is only 2 days away. Right, today we're going to be talking about all of the fights taking place on Saturday. And that's not just the main events, we're going to be talking about all of the undercard fights. If you watch this video by KSI from a couple of weeks ago, he talks about all of them. And we are going to be predicting the winner of each fight. So we're going to start with the smallest fights on the undercard, and through the video we're going to be predicting each fight, and at the end of the video you'll hear my prediction for KSI v Logan Paul. If you haven't watched this video here, then I recommend that before you watch this one you should go watch that, because that's going to be the main focus of today's video. I'll give you a couple of seconds to do that. Alright, you're back, awesome. Oh, and by the way, for the sake of this video, we're going to be assuming that all of the undercard fights are 3 2-minute rounds, and the 2 main events are going to be 6 3-minute rounds. The only reason why I say that is because at the last YouTube boxing event, that's how it was. I could be completely wrong, but since I don't know, I'm just going to be assuming that. So without further ado, let's talk about the first fight. It's between these 2 YouTubers that I've definitely heard of. Yeah, it's Rozzy HD and Mo. Yeah, I've been watching these guys for years. Okay, so neither of these guys are the most well-known YouTubers, but I mean, I can't exactly talk, can I? Personally, I think it's great that they're getting these smaller names on the undercards, because one, this will do bits for these guys' channels, like this will really get their name out there, and also it adds a bit of variety to the event, I guess, having people that not necessarily everyone's heard of. So since I quite frankly don't know who these guys are, I can't really predict this fight, and also I don't really have a preference. But looking at Rozzy HD's channel, he looks like a basic FIFA YouTuber from 2014 who hasn't changed one bit since. Momo, however, is a slightly more up-to-date YouTuber. And please, don't straight away assume that's a good thing. Sexy strip FIFA with my crush gone wrong. Sick. I trained for 24 hours straight in the gym and this happened. I passed out. And in the description it says, hey guys, it's Morgs here. I mean, at least he's self-aware, I guess. So this Mo guy has been showing a little bit of training, not a lot, but he has been showing a little bit. Whereas Rozzy HD, on the other hand, has been showing nothing. So since I've got nothing else to go on, because I don't know these guys, I'm just going to go out on a limb and say Momo's winning this fight. As for what round, I don't know. So next up, we've got an interesting one. So first of all, we've got JMX, who we all knew was going to be fighting someone on this undercard, but we didn't really know who. We now know who he's going to be fighting. And of all people, I doubt you expected it to be a former GB 400 meter runner. The thing I find amazing about this is how this guy's like a former GB athlete, but now his Wikipedia page is mostly about KSI v Logan Paul. Richard Strachan is a British athlete who competes in sprinting. He later became an amateur boxer and is set to make his fighting debut on the undercard of KSI versus Logan Paul. This right here is the power of YouTubers. As far as Wikipedia is concerned, this guy's career hasn't peaked until he's fought a guy who made strip FIFA videos for like 2 years. So we have no clue how good this Richard guy is at boxing, but what we do know is that JMX has been training hard. You look at his YouTube, his Instagram, his anything, like he has been training hard, and he's trained with Vidal. Plus he has the height advantage, the reach advantage, the weight advantage, the experience advantage. So for that, I'm going to say JMX is fairly easily going to win this fight. I'm saying second round, it's a TKO to JMX. Right, next up, we've got FaZe Sensei versus a guy I don't know. Right, so the guy he's fighting is called Avert Flow, and I don't know anything about this guy, but I looked at his channel and it looks like he does jiu-jitsu or some kind of martial art or something. So both these guys do have fighting experience, because bear in mind, FaZe Sensei, he's sparred with JJ, like he knows what he's doing. Again, with these smaller fights, I don't really care who wins, I'm not that fussed. But purely because he's sparred with JJ and Vidal, I reckon FaZe Sensei's got this. As for what round? I don't know. Okay, next fight. This one is gonna be entertaining. Raka Raka is getting in the ring with big lad John Scarce. Now, when I first watched the KSI video where this fight got announced, it was quite late at night when I watched it. Shortly after I watched it, I went to sleep. Then when I woke up the next morning, I genuinely thought that I dreamt the fact that Scarce was gonna be on the undercard. It was only when I heard people talking about it after that I realised that it was actually real. The thing that I find weird about this fight is, despite the fact that these guys have huge channels and they are active on them, neither of them have said anything about this fight. Like, if you were a fan of these YouTubers but you never watched that KSI video where he announced this fight, you probably would have never even known that this was happening. Because of that, I don't really know who's going to win this fight, but if I had to put money on someone, I'd probably say Scarce, because he's bigger, I think. Also, if you go back and watch his old videos and then watch his videos now, you can see like a significant body transformation, so he must be doing some sort of exercise. And finally, and most importantly, can you imagine the memes if Scarce loses? Like, the internet would go insane. To be fair, the internet would probably go just as insane if Scarce wins. Oh my god, I just spilt water all over. Oh my god. I don't know if you can see that, but I literally just spilt water all. Oh my god, it looks like I've pissed myself. I think whether Scarce wins or loses, the internet is going to go insane no matter what. Just Scarce being a part of this event is a meme in itself, in my opinion. So yeah, my prediction, Scarce is winning in the 3rd round. Right, let's talk about a fight that was announced a long time ago. Anise Gibb versus Jay Swingler. Now, before I say anything about this, let me just say this. I absolutely love TGF. Like, they're genuinely one of my favourite YouTube channels, and I do respect the fact that Jay is getting in the ring here, but my God, he is getting banged up. Gibb has been training with Vidal for over a year. He nearly beat JJ in a spar. He 100% knows what he's doing, and I'm sure Jay is training hard, but Gibb's got this, 100%. I do love a good TGF Bro video, but unfortunately all of the people wearing childish hoodies in that arena are going to be crying at the end of the night. I'm pretty sure Jay's getting knocked out in the 3rd round. Right! It's now time to talk about the first main event. Deji versus Jake Paul. Now, I'll be honest with this one, all of my common sense is telling me that Jake is going to win. He's just naturally a thicker set guy, so no matter how hard Deji trains, Jake is still at an advantage here. Most people, unfortunately, are 100% sure that Jake is going to win, and that is what my gut instinct tells me as well. But even with that all said, there is just something about Deji that makes me believe in him. Like, his confidence really rubs off on me for some reason. I do think it's going to be more of an even fight than people are expecting, but even so, I do still think, unfortunately, Jake is going to win. I'm saying 3rd round, Deji's getting knocked out. And I hate myself for saying that because I do love Deji. I don't know if I've ever mentioned this, but he was actually one of the first YouTubers I ever properly watched, like on a daily basis. I really know it's not that deep, but in a weird way, I am actually going to be quite sad if Deji gets knocked out. Please, Deji, I'd love you to prove us all wrong and knock Jake Paul out, but unfortunately, it's just not looking very likely, is it? Anyway, let's talk about the main event. KSI, Logan Paul. Who's going to win? You know what's weird about this fight? I actually can't picture either of these guys losing. Like, if JJ loses, I don't know what he's going to do, because if he's trying to go pro and he can't beat someone who isn't even a boxer, that doesn't look very good, does it? But at the same time, if Logan loses, I can't picture what's going to happen with him either. Mentally, JJ's already won. He destroyed Logan in the London press conference, he destroyed him in the face-to-face, and you can just tell that Logan is quite uncomfortable. In both of the press conferences, actually, it's been Logan who's lost his cool and had to end it early. So on a mental side of things, it does seem like JJ's going to win, but at the same time, Logan's a big guy, isn't he? JJ's going to have to box very differently to how he boxed against Joe Weller. Against Joe, he was the bigger one with the longer reach, so he was just able to reach out and just jab, jab constantly. When JJ's arms were fully stretched out, Joe couldn't get to him. Whereas with Logan, it's a similar situation. It's just that JJ's in Joe's position last time. So this time, JJ's going to have to do like a lot more of this, because like if he just stands there and Logan just gets to him, he could get knocked out, because it seems to me like Logan is pretty powerful. But despite the fact that Logan's at such a physical advantage, I still think JJ's going to win. But that's only if JJ moves his head constantly, because if his head just stays still, Logan will just keep hitting at him, won't he? I'm saying 5th round, JJ's going to win. I reckon it's going to be a TKO and not a KO. These guys are fairly evenly matched, and also I think they're wearing head guards, so I doubt anyone's getting actually knocked out. I might be completely off for the predictions for all of these fights, and if I am, then I will, but if I do get these predictions right, call me Mystic Matt. To sum it up, here are the 7 winners on August 25th. Momo, JMX, Face Sensei, Scarce, Anise Gibb, Jake Paul, and of course, KSI. Thank you very much for watching this video. I will be at the fight on Saturday. I'm going to be in block 212, so if you want to come find me and say hi, that would be great. Thank you for getting to the end of the video, and as always, I'll see you guys next time. See ya.
Yeah, yeet. Thank you for watching Tom GW's video. Please, subscribe for more clout, but only if you have a big wang. Hit the like button if you want to get into heaven, but only if you can spin a fidget spinner on your nose for 5 seconds. Goodbye. See you in heaven.